All right, here we are again. Me and my co-host. Gotta love it. You're at the racetrack, but you're tuning in for the live stream. Good morning, Bob. Here we are for another fun-filled 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. Although it's not really Sunday afternoon here yet. Sitting in the car. Okay, there you go. Hey, Eric, how are you? Let's get this thing wound up here. Go over here and rub on the TV tray here, because that's what he likes to do. Besides eat. It's hot there. It's hot here too. But fortunately, you got the air conditioning blowing and the ceiling fan on. So it makes it tolerable to be here. So even Bite's happy to be here. Good morning, Spike. It's funny, I didn't get a text message from her today. I don't know. We'll see. She's tried calling in the past 2 weeks, so maybe we'll do that. Maybe she'll do that this time. Oh, I was getting to think you were psychic, Eric. You were thinking to your girlfriend. Learn something about my viewers every day. All right, Ron's back here. Good. Then we can, I can do half the work today because Rhonda will carry up most of the conversation. Just makes my job easier. Right, Bite? You don't have to do as much either. You can lay around doing nothing half as much. You got sunburn, huh? Okay. That's no fun. Hi, Nicholas. The girls are running back and forth. between the fence and the car to see me. That's great. Hi, Brack. How are you? Good to see you. No, no more pool issues. Just got to stay on top of it now. And the warmth has kept the pool really, really nice. It's hovering about 86 degrees, so that's nice pool weather. And it's really nice when it's hot out. It's supposed to be 100, 101 today. However, it's really overcast, so I don't know. Maybe we're not going to get that. No hail here. I don't know if we're have any rain coming in. Usually, when it gets overcast like that, you get a wonder. But they didn't predict any rain in the area, and I don't see any. There's some way north of us, up kind of along the Oklahoma border. But it all seems to be dissipating too, so it's all kind of burning itself out. No, no rain doesn't look like. Yeah, we need rain here badly too. Yeah, I had my air conditioning go out last summer, and it was miserable in here for a few days. Fortunately, actually, the house is pretty efficient, and the ceiling fans did all right for a couple of days. But then it started getting a little bit miserable. But like I said, we got it fixed, and it's been doing all right since then. You had skydivers today. That's fun. But yeah, I can imagine no AC in Florida is probably pretty similar to no AC in the middle of Texas. Except our insects aren't quite as big. Every 2 minutes you won't be able to hear because the cars are coming by, huh? That's funny. Ran out of water the other day, so I had to pour a couple of Gatorades. Mom's doing good. She's been back in the house now for a couple of weeks and haven't heard any issues. So going back to fix the squirrel feeder, huh? The feeder I put out for the cat TV, that's already been completely picked clean by the squirrels. Yeah, it's not blue gin, it's Andorian ale. Those of you who watch Star Trek will get that joke. Actually, it's berry flavored Gatorade, but don't tell anyone. 5 months, huh? That's a long time. Oh no, you had a coyote in the backyard. That's no fun. I guess I'm glad that I got a fence all the way around the yard, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff getting into the area. There don't seem to be a lot of coyotes in the area anyway. we're likely to get possums, raccoons, skunks, that kind of stuff. And of course, our squirrels. We get a lot of squirrels. That's probably because I feed them, though. And it's getting to the point now the pecan tree is starting to prepare some pecans, so that'll be feeding the squirrels in no time. Hey, Yvonne, how are you? Doing good. That's good. I see Nibble peering around the corner there, but she's already gone back to her room. Actually brought Flash into the house today, thinking maybe she'd wander around a little bit, but I guess she just found a corner and went and slept. I just thought she might like a little bit of a break from the heat. Yeah, it's been hot and humid here. We're supposed to get into like the hundreds today and be that way for the balance of the week. And then we're gonna have a cold front come in and it's gonna drop down to 99. So when it hits 99, that's gonna be jacket weather. Yeah, toasty. I'm looking in the background there. I guess Matt did a fireworks show too. See, when I do the live streams, I put Matt's videos on in the background and I just say play all. So it starts with the most recent one where, how far are we into this? We're about 13 minutes into it. So we're probably second or third of his videos. Just fed the cat and the coffee is brewing, huh? Some people would do that in the other order. They drink the coffee first and then feed the cat. But more power to you for being spontaneous. Six cats. Wow, I thought I was crazy having two. Including that guy. One cat you had in California adopted a mama and its kittens, huh? Wow. Instant menagerie, huh? Yeah, that's kind of how these guys ended up in my life too. They just ended up in my backyard. 16 years later, I still can't get rid of them. Yeah, they have their moments. Good morning, Gene. How are you? Didn't get a text message from my mom today, so I don't know. Maybe she'll call in. She's tried calling in the past 2 weeks and hasn't been able to get through because of my phone problems. But I finally got my new phone activated, and so maybe we'll hear from her. Yeah, I believe my two are siblings from the same litter. Charlotte's batteries died. Oh no. Yeah, well, whatever it was with my old phone, it wouldn't work in the house, and we discovered that 2 weeks ago on the live stream. My mom tried calling in, the phone didn't even ring, and then the first time I heard about it was when the voicemail message came through, and it signaled me that she'd left a voicemail message, and I tried to call her back, and the call wouldn't go through. It said I wasn't connected to the network. So I went over to Verizon, who was my carrier at the time, and ended up waiting in the store for an hour, which was bad news for them because that gave me time to think about, do I really want to maybe change carriers? And when I got to the point where I finally could talk to somebody and they couldn't do anything, and they recommended I go somewhere else and face having to wait another hour, I just said nuts to this. So I went with Pure Talk, and so far it's been good. There's a little bit of a wrinkle getting switched over. It took because I got the phone, the day after the live stream last week, I think. Was it? I don't. Yeah, maybe we're 3 weeks out now since this happened. Um, and I did the switch over online, and for some reason it didn't go through. And I was told I might have to wait, 72 hours. Well, 72 hours came and went. I finally called tech support, and they got me hooked up in about an hour. Yeah, Jordan and I went to Meow Wolf in I think it was Santa Fe, New Mexico, when we were driving from California. When Jordan accompanied me when I drove to Texas the first time, we went to that one, and I have definitely been watching the one that's opening up. I think it opens up next Friday in Dallas, and I'm definitely going to go. I'm not going to go right at the beginning because it's going to be crazy busy, but I'll definitely hit that this summer, and we'll vlog that. Yeah, the first time I tried setting up the phone, this phone, I did it via online, and I thought I had all the information punched in, but it just never went through. But like I said, I got on the phone with Pure Talk's tech support, and they walked me through it, and they just sat there and punched all the information in for me. And within an hour of the call ending, the service was activated. Yeah, you'll have to cut back the number of times you call me from zero to whatever's less than zero. But no, I actually kept the same number. It makes it a lot easier. Grapevine has a ton of touristy things to do, huh? I'll have to look that up. It wasn't really that big of a deal with me because I'm not really a person that talks on the phone a whole lot. And whatever the problem seemed to be, it seemed to be just in the house. I don't know why that was because I could go out in the backyard and talk just fine. So I think something happened with the old phone. And all the digital services were fine. I could still use the internet. I could send and receive text messages. It was just anything that was going through the cell network. It's probably good that you guys don't have my number then. Yeah, I guess that can be a little scary if you're the only one around. Scott made the mistake of sitting down for a few minutes, ended up with a pile of cats on his lap. Yeah, I guess I can understand that, Yvonne. I got the cats. That's basically what I need. I did bring somebody in else to visit here, so maybe it's time to unveil her. Yep, we got Flash in here today. Say hi, Flash. You got cat hair all over you. Trying to figure out why she's moving her legs and can't get herself to move. You see yourself, Flash? It's like you're trying to swim. You found where the fingers are here. You think maybe you can move yourself if you grab onto my fingers? So we'll let her go do her thing here. Let her go bebop away here. I thought it was going to be smart and put some celery out there in the dish, but she just seems to be more interested in going to find some place to hide. So there she goes. No more Flash. Yeah, she's going back into her shell. I do have some new rocks to show you though. I went to the rock show or the rock place again and kind of got these, and I think these are kind of cool here. Let's see if I can get them to see how they kind of glow in the light. I think that's kind of cool. That's gonna be the next vlog. Yeah, see there's a good example. See how it kind of glows blue down here? So I got a couple of those. Got that one too. That one's kind of cool. Kind of glows gold color, golden orange and yellow. Let's see, got to get the angle just right on that. There you go. You can kind of see how it's doing its thing here. I like stuff like that. That looks really cool. And I also got this sphere here. It looks kind of cool. But this is another one of those UV reactive ones. And so it glows green when you hit it with a light. And you know, I kind of like, I've been really into kind of the UV reactive light stones lately, so I'm having a lot of fun with those. You'll see that on the next live stream or the next video that goes out, because I actually got permission to go into the rock show and or rock store that I've been visiting lately and look around and all that. So that's got to be what the next video is about. I told them, you know, I got 5,000 subscribers here. You know, most of them are not in Waco, but the cats mess with Flash? No, the cats don't seem to be that interested in Flash. I keep telling them at the rock store that I'm not really into the shaped and polished pieces, but I keep buying things that are shaped and polished. So I don't know. There were some other things I saw there that I'd like to get to, but you know, I'm limited in what I can do. I don't have an infinite budget. If I did, I'd go buy that place out or buy a lot of it at least. No, they don't really sell anything online. They do have a Facebook page. The place is called Gallery 11 Crystals and Jewelry. I think you can search that online. I subscribe to it, but basically what they're doing is just kind of showing the stuff they have. Let's see if I can find them here real quick. There they are. Yeah, they got an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and basically they just show some of the new stuff they got. And that's kind of cool. I was looking at that piece when I was in the store last week, and that looks really cool too. I might end up picking up something like that. They do like custom jewelry and stuff like that too. So it's a husband and wife team, and I guess she's sort of the rock hound, and then he does the jewelry. I've always sort of been a rock hound, and just picked up things along the way that look interesting to me, but never really had anything that was that spectacular. It was funny. They were telling me one of the times I was there that the uh, the along the Brazos River, you can sometimes find some cool UV reactive stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I've walked along the river there a whole bunch of times, and all I've ever really seen is limestone. They just have they just buy from wholesalers. One of the things I really like about those, they really tend to get good prices for the stuff they buy, and then they turn around and sell it for good prices. I mean, those three pieces I just showed you a couple of minutes ago, I got them for under $50. I saw something online called a solar system crystal ball. I've seen something that I think is really cool too. It's a glass sphere about this big that has like a photorealistic image of the Earth inside of it. And uh, if you leave it on its own, light power will make it slowly rotate. And I think that's really cool. I'd like to get one of those. I'm leery about buying anything on Facebook though, because I've been ripped off before. Well, I guess they're rock hounds and they go and find stuff themselves from time to time. But for the most part, no, I think they just get from wholesalers. Okay, had the whole solar system and it lit up. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. How big was the sphere? Do you know? Hello, Roberta. How are you? Good to see you today, or at least see your name. About the size of the skull behind me. So about the size of maybe like a softball, huh? Maybe a little bigger. Maybe a grapefruit, maybe size. Yeah, I think that's what the size of this spinning Earth thing was. Now they said they had a bigger one too that was like almost the size of like a soccer ball. But I mean, yeah, that'd be cool too. But you know, how big of it do you really need? I think it's kind of a cooler conversation piece if it's something you can hold in your hand, hold in one hand. If you got to hold both hands, it's kind of a little bit more work. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, Yeah, the thing you're talking, I was talking about the, like I said, there was an extra large version of the spinning earth thing that was about the size of a soccer ball. Let's see if I can even find that thing here. I don't know, it's popped up as an ad recently here. Let's try a different approach here. Okay, here's one on Amazon. I think it's probably the same thing. I don't know if they have it on a video of it, but that's sort of what it looks like. And with light power, it'll just kind of slowly rotate. It'll like rotate, once every like minute or something like that. Let's see if we can find a video here. Okay, let's turn the music off here. Yeah, see, that's what it does. And it does this. It's just driven by light power. I guess they got ones for Venus and Mercury too. That looks like that's the moon, I think. No, that's not the moon, but that's definitely Jupiter. That's cool. You have a whole solar system. There's the moon and Mars, Saturn. Kind of hard to have a Saturn one though because you don't get the rings. That's cool. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, I only knew they had ones for Earth. Oh, okay. Flash has found the celery here. I thought she was going to go back and she's got to figure out how she's going to get into the plate though now. See, I thought she was just going to go back and hide. Maybe we'll make it easier here. Let's we'll dump the celery out of the plate so it's in front of her. And sometimes she has a little trouble getting into it if she's got to crawl up over the edge of the dish to get it. Yeah, now she's going for it. Flash likes her celery. But maybe not now. I guess she's just going to walk through it and walk away now. Oh, well. Maybe she'll come back. I think she's still not used to being in here. It's funny, from time to time, she knew how to open up the screen door on the house in California, and she'd come into the house from time to time. But she doesn't know how to do that here. All right, let's put my eyeballs on here so I can see what you're writing. Didn't get my text message from my mom today, so I was wondering maybe she might call in. She's been trying to do that the last couple of weeks, but hasn't been able to because of my phone problems. But now I got the new phone working. Hopefully, maybe she'll do that. That's why I got the phone here just in case. Gotta make sure I turn up the ringer here, though. I think I turned it down when I was watching that video. It'd be a real drag if she tried calling in and I couldn't hear her because the volume was turned down. Make sure everything is up here. Yeah, okay, everything's at max volume here. So if she calls, we will know. Anything new at work? No, not really. It's still pretty much the same stuff. I'm still waiting for them to hire a material handler, but they're doing their thing. It's kind of the same issue a lot of companies are running into right now. It's hard getting people to come in and apply for jobs. It's just they're getting paid too much to sit at home and do nothing or do what they want to do. That's the downside to too much of these social programs here that pay you not to work. Blue vodka. Yes, today is blue vodka day. Actually ran out of water, and I don't know if Jordan's in LA. You got to remember, if you're watching videos that are in LA, they were probably shot weeks ago. I don't know where Jordan is at the moment. After doing that Route 66 video, he may just have taken some time off. What did he get, like 26 videos out of that? Something like that? That's insane. I don't really have any desire to go to LA anyway. Last time I was in California, the second I crossed into the state of California, I got this sense of dread, and it didn't really leave until I was back in Arizona again. That place has just lost its appeal. Yes, I got friends and family there, but that's the only thing that would bring me to California anymore. Yeah, I guess I saw that video. I know he was really close to her. I knew him when he knew her. I think Flash is going back for the celery now. Yep. Yeah, it's celery time. She's back. See, this is gonna be the different thing about this video. Usually you're watching Bite eat. Now you're gonna watch Flash eat. Yeah, I hear her munching on it now. You see Bite at the end of the aisle there, at the end of the hallway, watching. It's like, why does he get to eat and I don't get to eat? Oh, now Nibble poked her head out there. She hears the kitty treats flying now, so that's usually the only thing that'll coax her out. You can get one over to her. I missed. That one I think hit bite and then didn't go far enough. Yeah, Nibble got that one. Too slow bite. Sometimes the cluster bomb approach is the best way to do this. Have so many of them down there that everybody gets some. And there goes Flash. Yeah, Nibble's getting a few of them though. That's good. She deserves a few. She's a sweet little kitty, even if she's really shy. Okay, well, anyway, enough of that. Jordan did a bunch on Clark Gable when he was doing more of his Hollywood themed videos. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw that he did. Jordan did one on the Brady Bunch and Florence Henderson's gravesite. The cats are more active at night. It's not uncommon when I get up at 5 a.m. to get ready to go to work that neither of them are in their room. Flash is trying to find a corner to go into right now. She's making a lot of racket. There's Jeff. Hi, Jeff. I think Shelley was comfortable at the end of her life, but uh, probably not well off. Yeah, I think Yvonne's right. You know, she may just not have been one of those people that wanted to live the high life. Headed to a steakhouse. That sounds good. I'm always for a good steak. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I think you're right, Yvonne. It's especially true, unfortunately, for women. They kind of hit a certain age and the opportunities stop. It's not always that way for men. I mean, still Harrison Ford still gets movies. Unfortunately, a lot of cases that's true. There are exceptions. I mean, Jennifer Aniston, I think, is still incredibly beautiful at her age. I think she's about my age, so I think it depends on the actress, though, too. Sometimes actresses kind of get typecast into certain kind of roles, and then once they get older and can't necessarily pull that off anymore, then the thing, then everything kind of ends. Thankfully, the older you get, the more your church folks love you. That's great. Yeah, Jordan. I mean, the entire time I knew Jordan, he was way into the old Hollywood stuff. Huge Clark Gable fan. Always talking about actors and actresses from the 20s and 30s that I'd never heard of. He was definitely inspired by that. Congratulations, Jeff. 5 years cancer free. That's amazing. It's funny. Flash found another corner to go in, and now Bite's kind of checking her out. I don't know if you'll be able to see her, but you have to take my word for that. Okay, Bite's over it now. He's looking for more kitty treats. I'm gonna go check out Flash's celery. Bite sometimes likes a little vegetable too, so maybe he'll eat some of that. Right now, he seems to be just looking at it. I think Nibble was more the one that likes to eat grass. So, what is my favorite thing about old Hollywood? I don't know. I never really was into old Hollywood. I've only got couple really, really old movies in my collection. For me, the movie industry really started about the 70s. I got a couple of movies that are like late 60s and stuff like that, but that's about it. I, I just wasn't into that. Well, and I think Shelley was different to Jordan too because Shelley and Jordan were such good friends. It's different when you're dealing with a celebrity that you never met, never knew, and all that. And I think Jordan shares everything he knows and about different actors or actresses in the old days. But yeah, I do think he probably holds some things back about Shelley because they were so close. All right, have a good steak, Jeff. I love a good steak. The one thing I've noticed when I give the cats grass, is they just tend to barf it up. And so, don't really, haven't really done that a whole lot. Every once in a while, I used to let them in the backyard when I lived in California. And next thing I'd know, there'd be, grass barf all over the house. It's like, yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, Seed Bite wasn't interested in any of the celery. Yeah, prices of all meats have gone way high. It's one of the things I like about this house, though, is that the cats do barf. It's tile all over the place, so it just cleans up real easy. It was a lot more of a mess when I had carpet. In fact, the cats had their own room in California, and when the house was first built, they had carpet in that room, and I ended up ripping the carpet out because it was so stained with cat barf. Replaced it with linoleum. Hey, Susan, what did you miss? We've been talking about cat barf. Such an intriguing subject. That is the downside to having the linoleum or the tile and the laminate stuff that I got here is it does become slippery when wet or barfy. It's especially gross when you step in it barefoot. That got you snorting. All right, that's what we were going for. I was thinking about what's going to make Yvonne start snorting. Ah, I know, cat barf, and stepping in it with bare feet. Mmm, yummy. Well, if anything, I want to just create a real descriptive picture for you. Really clear image in your mind of you stepping in cat barf with bare feet and slipping on it. Yeah, my barfy cats too. Never let it be said I won't allow the conversation to go in any direction. We've now consumed like 3 minutes of live stream time talking about cat barf. Yeah, that tumbleweed town was way better than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking, there was a reason why I said, okay, we're going to do the tumbleweed town, and then we're going to go see that crane that was made to look like a fishing rod, because I didn't think at the time that the tumbleweed town was going to be enough to hold up a whole video. That was amazing, though, and the fact that they allowed me in. I told them that I was a vlogger and told them the name of the channel, so um, they can look it up if they're interested. They like to know where people come from, because apparently people come from all over the place to see them, and it's really kind of an off the beaten path place. I had to look for a while. I actually ended up, even the GPS was having problems figuring out how to get there. Cat barf is the most interesting subject, probably the most interesting thing we've talked about today. How did I find them? They were on Roadside America. It's just funny that I'm wearing my Roadside America t-shirt. But you know, I basically have gone to, okay, what is that here? I gotta figure out how to turn that stuff off. Ever since I got the phone, it's given me all sorts of alerts of things I don't really that I'm not really interested in. It's giving me a weekly report on how much I'm using my phone. It's like, who cares? But I can't figure out how to turn it off. But you know, I've basically visited everything that's on Roadside America that's kind of in the immediate area, and a lot of the like road trips that I take, you know, start with something on there. And that was just something that appeared new on the site, and I said, "Oh, that looks kind of interesting. Let's check it out." Yeah, I like watching trains go by. So that's you know, if there's a train going right by me when I'm shooting a vlog, I'll usually film the whole thing. Okay, let's talk about fast food. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk about fast food? Well, it's a historical part of Waco too, because trains were really what made Waco possible. Because in the early days, you know, there was a lot of ranching and stuff like that going on in Waco, and that enabled you know, us to transport what was being, you know, manufactured or ranched in Waco to other parts of the country. So it is kind of a cool, and there are a lot of train tracks in the area. What is the best steak after filet mignon? I don't know. I like just about any kind of steak, basically almost any kind of meat. What was on the train? It seemed to be hauling a lot of like scrap metal and stuff like that. But there were like tanker cars, which are probably hauling oil or something like that. He was watching a documentary about the founding of McDonald's and their rivalry with Burger King. I prefer Burger King over McDonald's. You can't pay me enough to eat McDonald's. Yeah, well, a lot of times with meat, it's not necessarily the meat, but how it was cooked that results in the tenderness. If you overcook it, you know, you can turn anything into a piece of leather. Okay, there's my mom. Let's bring her on here. Hello, welcome to the live stream.
Thank you.
All right, we hear you. We're in the living room.
I was going to come out today. So.
Yeah, well, and I kind of suggested it might happen too. So.
Yep.
Because you know.
I was here.
So I guess the big question is, how are you doing now that you're back home again?
Oh, I'm good. It feels good. I'm down in the dining room for dinner, and
that's good.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Together with,
yeah, you weren't doing that right at the beginning. You weren't doing that. You weren't doing that right at the beginning, were you?
No.
Yeah.
It just took me a while to just kind of adjust to the whole situation again, and
right.
Realize that my friend Barbara is not here anymore, and you know,
yeah,
it's just, and so And so I got my hair done on Wednesday.
Okay.
We were laughing about that. I said, I have to wait till I get my hair done. And so I got that done on Wednesday. So I've been down there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, well, 4 or 5 days anyway.
Okay, and you're doing okay walking, not having any strength problems on the legs?
Well, kinda. I mean, what they want me to do up here for a while is make sure that whenever I'm up and about, out of my chair or my bed, I need to have somebody with me.
Okay.
So that's just a cautionary thing, I think. They're okay, and my leg, it decides what it's going to do.
Okay.
But most of the time it does all right. I'm doing more walking around the apartment now than I did when I got home. That's for sure.
Well, that's good. That's what needs to happen. Is you just need to build the strength up again.
Yeah, I just got to get up and walk. So yeah, it's good. It's coming.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So that's good. So what's everybody doing online today?
Oh, let's see. Janine said hi, Breck's mom. Bob said
Hello.
that. Jean said hi, Carolyn. It's good to hear you. And she's praying for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Roberta says if I ever visit Waco, what's the chances of bumping into you? I said, well, let me know you're here. We'll do some sort of meetup.
Oh yeah. Sure, you guys can do that.
There's a bunch of places around here. It's probably a pretty good chance that we can meet up if I knew where you were and knew you were here.
Yeah.
I mean, Roberta's somebody who's been with the channel for forever, so I'll make the effort if I can make it happen.
Yeah, that would be, it'd be fun. We'll just kind of have to see how that goes. So you gotta widen your doors, I think, if I'm gonna.
Yeah, well, that is one of the things I've thought about. The two doors going into the bathroom are very, very narrow.
Huh.
Which I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
But that's the situation.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the way you have a way to do it, but you don't have a reason for it at this point.
Yeah, well, it would be really difficult to do too, because there really isn't a whole lot of room to expand those doors. Especially the guest bathroom, because it's wall on one side and sink on the other. So I mean, I completely have to redesign the bathroom.
Well, that's kind of the way. That's kind of the way bathrooms are.
Yeah.
It's not very much room in there. The first night I took a shower, Mary, my caregiver, was a little bit. She said, "Okay, Caroline, are we going to use the walker to go in there, or are we going to use the wheelchair?" And I said, "We better use both." Well, because I was worried about getting in and getting out and all this stuff, and but we got both. We got the two of us and a walker and a wheelchair in there. And it's like there's no room to move around.
Yeah.
So we moved out. It was just the two of us and then the walker, and that was fine.
Okay. All right.
Because it's like you say, it's so small, and there wasn't very many steps anyway. So
yeah.
Just leave it up. But that was pretty funny because we said, what is going on? It's not working the same way it did before. Oh, it's happened to you. Well, that's because the chair was in there.
Yeah, right.
So that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and this place isn't really designed with as a handicap bathroom. It's not. No. Your place is designed that way.
Yeah, and our house in Southern California wasn't either.
Yeah.
There's all the doorways are wider. So
yeah,
and that's what it takes. But of course, it's a senior living, and so I guess suppose they figure a lot of seniors are on wheelchairs and walkers.
Yeah, well, that's how the place was designed. This place was designed as a family house. And
right.
Susan right now is saying it's funny the doorways aren't up to code. I mean, it's the code for a family house. It just it isn't really set up for somebody who's in a wheelchair. You know, the house would have to be.
Who says that?
Dr. Susan Flanagan.
Oh, I
But
see.
you know, it isn't up to code for a handicapped person, but it's perfectly fine for, you know, a family house.
Yeah.
You know, it's never caused me any problem, except that sometimes when I'm on the toilet, I have the laptop and the laptop is on a TV tray, and I got to turn the TV tray sideways to get in the door. But you know, that's about the only hassle it causes me.
Yeah, that's.
But I have noticed that the doors are incredibly narrow on both of the bathrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, they aren't even normal sized doors. They're like.
But now, when was your when was it built? When was your house built?
76 or 77, I think.
Okay. Let's see. Ours was built in the 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, because we moved in there shortly after I guess it was probably being built about the time I was born. And I think you guys moved into that place, you know, probably 6 months after I was born or something.
Well, I remember having you come out because we kind of watched the building of it, and I have pictures of you in a stroller.
I have those pictures. I'd never seen.
So maybe,
yeah, I'd never seen those pictures before. Yeah, I'd never seen those pictures before, but that was among the stuff that I inherited from Dad.
Yeah. Well, maybe you haven't gone through that, but there's a picture of you in the stroller on the porch, or what would be the porch
mm-hmm.
of the house.
Well, it seemed to me I had one that I saw one that was like me in the garage when the house was being built.
Oh yeah, that's probably true too. Because we were out there and checking it out every day almost. We walked over the slab that didn't have anything else on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that was kind of strange too, as I think of it now. I don't know that they would have let us do that.
Well, it's interesting because I did the same thing with my house in California. Because you remember, I just lived in the apartment right down the hill from it.
Yep.
So every night after work, you know, I'd go up there and snap pictures of it.
Yeah.
You know, and so I have pictures in every stage of it being built. And in fact, you know, those pictures later on saved me a ton of money when I had to do repairs on the house, because you know, I could pull out a picture and say, okay, this is what's behind the wall here. And you know, there were a couple of times where I had slab leaks with the water, and they had to reroute, you know, plumbing because of that. And I saved myself a ton of money because I could just pull out the pictures, and the guy would pull, you know, get a little magnifier glass and could look at the house and see, okay, this is where the water line's going up, and we could hit exactly where that was. So, you know, I actually ended up leaving all those pictures for the new owner, you know, because I figured, you know, that'll come in handy for them too.
Sure. So what's everybody on live stream doing today?
Well, it seems like while we're talking, there's a conversation going on about Jack Russell Terriers, and somebody got a dog that they think was maybe abused a little bit. And Yvonne's saying how sad that anyone can mistreat an innocent being.
Well, that's true.
It's mind-boggling. Yeah, I agree. I don't see that at all. I don't see how anybody can do that. You don't like animals, don't get one.
No, that's exactly right. But you remember when we got Joe, he looked like he had been run over.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, I mean, who knows? That might have just been he got out of the yard and got run over.
Yeah.
I mean, because he escaped a few times on us too.
Yes.
Mostly during thunderstorms or fireworks.
You went to the vet with us when we got food and stuff for him, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because we took him in to get a checkup.
Yeah.
You know, make sure everything was okay, and we asked what to feed him, and they recommended this food and the stuff that kind of went with it that would, you know, get up his energy and make him healthy and everything.
Right.
That poor dog just, I mean, he bit every single food that he could get.
Yeah.
You know, man,
well, he was such a sweet dog too.
Oh, I know.
Not a vicious bone in him.
No, but he had gone without food for so long.
Yeah.
that he was very happy to get food.
To get regular meals again.
And then we were afraid of feeding him too much because he might get sick.
Yeah, or fat.
But he would have eaten two more bowls like that if we.
Yeah. Well, sometimes when you've gone without for a while, you kind of overdo it.
I know it.
I'm guessing animals are that way too.
We better not do it too much.
Yeah.
Or he'll get sick because he hasn't. And he was just gobbling down anything we give him. Poor dog. He was really a sweetheart though.
Yeah.
And he and Jenny, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You remember the little hole that Grandpa Rowell did in that gate door?
I thought Dad did that.
No, your grandpa did that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We had a gate going into the backyard, and I guess my dad's dad cut a hole about this big in it so that both the dogs could peer out the hole and see into the front yard. And I've got a picture somewhere of the gate with just two heads sticking through it.
I know that was so cute. I think your grandpa Ralph loved that picture too.
Yeah.
Because their expressions, they were just so happy to be there together.
Yeah. Well, I remember Jenny used to be able to jump high and peer over the fence, so I think that was probably a response to that. Because she'd jump up and she'd get up to the point. If you sit there and watch the top of the fence, her head would pop up every couple seconds. And
well, now they didn't have to do that.
Now they didn't have to do that. And Joe never could do that. So
no, he's too old.
He was and just probably not, energetic enough to do that.
No, could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Because he wasn't that old when we got him. I think he was only 3 or 4 when we got him.
So what's the weather in everybody's hometown right now?
It's really hot here again. We're up into the hundreds again.
What's everybody's weather from around the country and around the world?
Yeah, well, there you go. There's the question from Mom. Yvonne says it's hot.
And where is she?
Where are you, Yvonne? Sorry, you probably said this a billion times, but I don't have a memory of that. I've had a lot of people saying it's really hot.
Yeah.
Okay, Yvonne's in Mesa, Arizona.
Oh.
Warm and sunny in Iowa.
Arizona's one of the worst.
Yeah. Warm and sunny in Iowa.
It isn't too bad here, but I think during the week now it's going to be hundreds, low hundreds. So that's going to get us up there again. But it's been 70s and 80s, so it's been pretty nice up here.
Okay, Jean says she's about 60 miles from you, so her weather's about the same as yours.
Who is?
Jean.
Oh, okay. So where do you live, Jean?
Wait for an answer on that here. Nancy says Mexico City. It's nice and sunny now, but with afternoon rain. Mid to low.
Rain is good though.
Mid to low 80s in Canton, Ohio, with a breeze.
But humid.
Okay. Jean says Brentwood. That isn't in Southern California, is it? Because there's a Brentwood in Southern California. Is there a Brentwood up near you?
No. It's Brentwood is in Southern California.
Yeah. Okay. Well, unless there's, like I said, because she said she's like 59 miles from you.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe there's one there.
That would be.
Because Brentwood, that was where O.J. Simpson.
Brentwood in Southern California is basically in the.
It's north of LA. It's north of LA. It's kind of like Beverly Hills, Brentwood, that area.
It's west LA.
Yeah.
And it's
But Yvonne is saying there is a Brentwood in Northern California also.
Oh, there is. Okay. Well, I didn't know that, but it's possible.
Jean is saying, Brentwood in Contra Costa County. Or Contra Costa County. Hang on, let's pull it up on the map here and take a look.
Yeah.
Maybe there are two Brentwoods. I don't know. It seems like it'd be confusing to have two cities with the same name in the same state.
Yeah.
I live in Brentwood, California. Which one?
Over in the Bay Area.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
Don't know.
Pull up the maps here. That's what maps are for. All right. This thing is really running slow today. Don't whisper in the phone. We can hear you.
Did you find it?
Yeah, here, hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Finally gave me the error. Okay, let's see. Okay, keep zooming way in so I can't see where it is. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's kind of halfway between, it's kind of northeast of San Francisco.
Okay. All right. All right.
You know,
Well, I guess,
if you know where
yeah, I guess
Antioch is, Walnut Creek, do you know where that is?
Yes.
Okay, it's a little east of Walnut Creek.
Okay.
So yeah, there is one in Northern California.
There is one in Northern California.
That, like I said, that sounds really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet it's got a lot nicer weather than the one in Southern California.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as hot.
Possibly.
Yeah. Get a little bit more rain too.
Scott says squirrel feeder is back in business here.
So what is?
Squirrel. He has a squirrel feeder. I guess he had to do some repairs on
Oh,
that.
I see. Didn't you get a squirrel feeder too?
Well, I feed the squirrels in the backyard, but I put one out in front of the cat bedroom so that they could, so the birds could eat it, but the squirrels were going at it. So.
Okay.
Gene's checking out for church time. Yeah, that usually happens every day about this time.
That's
Every live stream. So
I don't think my church has gone online yet. So
yeah,
I'll catch up with them later. So I came across some interesting when I was looking for some stuff. Well, I was looking for your vlogs and stuff like that, and I came across it. There was a wedding at Bethany Lutheran Church in Long Beach. Zoe and what was the guy's name? I can't remember. Jacob. And I thought, well, I don't know those two people, but I might when I see them.
okay.
So I turned it on and I got it. I watched it, and as I was going through the thing, I thought Jacob is the son of a really good friend of mine that I used to teach with.
Okay.
So,
there you go.
so that was really fun because I've known Jacob since he was born.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of fun to watch that.
All right, there we go.
And interesting. It's a small world.
Yes, it is.
I was just looking to see and see your live streams and your vlogs and
right.
I went through the parade and the fireworks and all that stuff.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, those are recent ones. And did you see the Tumbleweed Town yet? That one went up last night.
No, I
Okay. Yeah, that one's up, and then there'll be another one on Tuesday, and of course the live stream, which will be up in a couple hours.
Okay.
Yvonne says it's 100 degrees and it's not even noon. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh boy, I know they've been warning around the country too that there's a lot of places that are in serious heat trouble.
Yeah. The screen on my computer says it's 92 right now, but I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah.
It's about 12:25 here right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, really hot.
That is hot. But as long as there's AC. And what's Flash doing? I suppose she's having a blast.
Well, I brought her in actually. She's in the house right now.
Oh,
I just figured,
too hot?
well, no, but I just wanted to give her a little chance to cool off if she wanted
Oh
to.
yeah, okay.
But all she's done now, she's just gone into a corner and gone to sleep. So I think she's kind of going into hibernation mode. So
Oh yeah,
when the live stream's over, we'll bring her outside again.
yeah. Keep her in the shade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she knows where to go. She knows how to escape the heat. She's got
Oh,
like
yeah.
four caves out there, and
She's a Texas turtle.
yeah, pretty much.
She'll know all that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, I gotta call a friend of mine about 10:30, so I'm gonna hang it up now, and I will talk to you again this afternoon, Breck.
Okay. Well, we can do that now that my phone works.
Yeah, and it sounds good too.
Yeah. You sound
Whatever
good
you're
too.
tired up with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just sitting on the TV tray next to the laptop. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good because it sounds good, and that's you gotta have a good working phone.
I guess that's what they say.
All righty.
All
All
right.
right. Take care.
Talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you to all the viewers who have kept us going.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. So there we go. All right. So now I gotta start carrying the conversation again here. Some reason when you get overheated, you get vertical. You have to be careful. See, I got it nice because the AC works here well, and I can always hop out in the pool. And no matter how hot it is outside, it's really nice to hop in the pool. Yeah, you really don't want to be out and about on days like this. It's too hot to be out doing anything. And I got to admit, when I hopped in the pool last week, before I did it, I'd been in the house for a while, and I ended up saying I wanted to go out and you know, and we'll work up a little bit of heat. So I actually walked around the block a little bit, but then hopped in the pool. It felt all the much better. Hi, Tracy. Okay, keep seeing people talk about being vertical. I wonder if they mean vertigo, because that can happen. Oh yeah, I mean mine is about 86. That might be too warm for people, but I don't hop into the pool to go swimming. I hop into it to kind of soak in it, and it feels great. Yeah, I think sometimes what people do is they'll type in vertigo, which is maybe a word that doesn't get used a whole bunch, and autocorrect turns it into vertical. I was actually talking to my boss about that. I mentioned once that I had a pool, and he says, "How do you keep it cool?" I say, "I don't." But then again, I don't swim in it. I just soak in it. So no, Rhonda was here a little bit ago, but I think she's at the races today, and she was here at the beginning, but I guess she checked out to go participate in that. The air conditioner is working. I got to bring them out to finish the job, but gotta budget a little bit for that. Oh, I thought it was Jeff that said he was having lunch and going to come back. Maybe Ron did too. Maybe I just missed that. Yeah, I don't know what kind of races it is. I know that she and her husband are kind of into motorcycles, so it might be motorcycle races, it might not be. You could be right too, Yvonne. Sometimes when I'm talking, I don't necessarily, I might miss comments that come through. So it's entirely possible she said that, you saw it, and I didn't. For some reason, I can't talk and read at the same time. I do remember Jeff saying he might come back. He usually does say that, though, and doesn't always make it back. I think sometimes they take longer to eat than the live stream has. You want to make a charbroiled burger? Do I have a recipe? I do most of my burgers on the grill, and I have like some spices I put on. Let me show you what I got, because this stuff's really good. Hang on a second. All right, I'm back. This is just something that you can get in the spice section. It's from McCormick. It's just a powder that you put on the, it's different spices that you put on the burger when it's still the raw meat, and you just cook it, and it's got really, really good flavor. And so that's what I use. And let's see what the ingredients are, if I can read it here. Salt, toasted onion, black pepper, chili pepper, red bell pepper, sugar, garlic, sunflower oil, and natural flavor, whatever that is. But yeah, that's usually what I put on my burgers, and these are really good. You can just get these in the spice section in your supermarket. Definitely recommend that. That's good stuff. I get that all the time. I've been using that for years and years and years too. You went to Buc-ee's yesterday, huh? I like Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is, even if you're not gonna buy anything, Buc-ee's is good. Yeah, I had the same thought, Yvonne. Sugar, that's the one thing that I don't think belongs in there. Yeah, I tried this when I saw it once, and was like, wow, this is really good. Good stuff. In fact, you can see I've only got a little bit left. I'm gonna have to go buy some more. Oh yeah, they're always trying to outdo each other and make the biggest Buc-ee's. I actually saw something on Facebook, the world's smallest Buc-ee's, and they just got a historical marker here. And yeah, Buc-ee's is all over the place. In fact, it's really funny because the nearest one here is in Temple, and that's the one I've visited a few times. And the second you get like 5 or 10 miles north of the Buc-ee's on I-35, you start seeing signs for the next one that's 100 miles up. But yeah, I love wandering around Buc-ee's. There's a lot of fun stuff there, and it's always packed. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of like spices on it, but it isn't really spicy. But it's really great flavor on a hamburger. I definitely recommend it. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's the best I can say about it. You tried John Soul's spicy chicken strips the other day. Bit too spicy for you. I'd probably love it then. What I've been doing lately is making my own jalapeno salt, and that's something that my mom actually, mentioned it to me. And when I had jalapenos growing up, coming out of my ears last year from the garden, I made jalapeno salt on it. And what I've been doing lately is sprinkling my when I'm having chicken or pork chops or something like that, coating it with the jalapeno salt, and then before I cook it, it's really good. Ranch dressing is good if you get like spicy chicken that's too spicy for you. It kind of negates that. Yeah, well, I like it when I breathe fire when I eat, so that's a good thing. Now, when I made some chicken with my jalapeno salt last week, and it was still a little too tame for me, so I ended up goosing it up with some spicy uh, um, chicken wing sauce, and that made it good. Yeah, well, spice is something that it's kind of an acquired taste. It took me a while to get to the point where I can deal with the heat like I can now. I seriously think that it just takes doing it over and over again until you get to the point where you burn your taste buds off. I am getting there's one jalapeno on one of the bushes right now out there. That's all I've got so far. But I told you before that I have like a tomato plant that survived from last year. That's actually in the middle of the garden with the Brussels sprouts and broccoli. And I don't know. I don't know if the Brussels sprouts or broccoli are going to produce anything. But I got one tomato plant that's probably a good 4 feet tall right now. Yeah, I love buffalo wings. And I found some good sauce that I like on it, and it's the extra hot, spicy stuff. Like I said, I like to breathe fire. I'm just weird that way. My old taco sauce is too hot for you, huh? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I'm one of them. Like I said, it's an acquired taste. It took me a while to get to the point where I can deal with the heat like I can now. Mhm. Well, I do have an upper limit for hot. It can't be too hot for me, but my definition of too hot is probably way different than most people's. But I mean, you saw me. I got my hot sauce collection there. You can see it in the background there. Some of that I got at Bucky's. I got a chipotle rub that I put on pork chops. It's really good. I don't think I have any of it right now. I got to get some more of that. Ghost peppers. I got a couple of ghost pepper plants in the yard. They haven't produced anything yet. Yeah, this year I got a couple of jalapeno peppers, a couple of habanero peppers. I got the ghost pepper, and I think I got a couple of something called a scorpion pepper. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those do. Like I said, I may just end up turn them into garlic salt or into jalapeno salt. Garlic's good too. I like garlic. I like cayenne pepper too. Flash is out and about again here. I'm guessing she doesn't necessarily hate it in here. You have your sauces and spices in alphabetical order. I gotta do something about my spices. I got so many things right now that uh, I have to go digging sometimes to find out what I have. I got one whole drawer in one of my cabinets. It's got like a slide out drawer. You open up the door and then there's a slide out drawer that goes. And I have, just because all the cooking vlogs and stuff I do, I've got a very impressive collection of spices. And maybe I should take Yvonne's idea and alphabetize them. Because sometimes I'm looking around like, where is it? Where is it? I know I got some of this. Nah, she's going for the celery again. Yeah, I know. I need to have a cricket sound effect here to remind everybody it's okay to talk. But it is handy when it comes when the silent spots come at roughly 15-minute intervals, because that just means that's where I'm going to put an ad. I don't know. Bite went back to his room. See if we can coax him out here with the all-purpose animal call here. Yeah, I see Bite peering around the corner now. That works. But you see, we got Flash down here chewing on their celery. And Bite peering around the corner over there, saying, okay, where's the treats? Come on, you gotta come out, man. At very least, I made all your pets come. Oh, there's Nibble too peering around the corner. She wants some treats also. Haha, Nibble got that one. Light doesn't quite know what to make a flash. She's a little freaked out. What is that walking rock in here? And there he goes. Turns out the kitty treat landed like 3 or 4 inches from Flash's celery, so maybe as Flash moves away, Bite will go after it. Okay, that one was on the right trajectory, but it kind of curved and hit the wall. That one was just bad aim. But Nibble got that one. And there goes Nibble back to her room. Oops. Drop the lid to the treat jar here. Can't do that. That's against the rules. All right, let's get back into live stream position here. Yeah, right. Animal House. Yeah, we even have food fights where we're throwing food around. All right, eating lunch while you watch the live stream. I appreciate it. Bite and Flash just don't really cross paths that much. Flash was always an outdoor creature, and Bite was always an indoor creature, and so they sometimes saw each other through the window or something. But I don't think Bite has ever really had a lot of close contact with Flash. Yeah, feeding time at the zoo. That's it exactly. Figured I better finish this up. We're coming to the end of the live stream here. Made you think of creature features, huh? Yeah, I got my share of creatures around here. I like the lizards that are around in the yard. There's actually 2 varieties. There's like a gecko variety and then an actual lizard type creature. I had those both in California too. They were kind of fun to watch. The geckos or chameleons or whatever they were would crawl around on the screen on the windows and eat the bugs off the screen. For some reason, the bugs like to grab onto the screen and hang out. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You say it's too hot to use the smoker. It's never too hot because what I do is I'll put it on the smoker and then I'll go in the house and let it sit for a while. Tracy's checking out. Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good talking to you. You have a nice week too, and stay cool. It's going to be kind of a challenge this week. And Flash is going back to find another place to take a nap. I got one of those little spring-loaded things to stop the door from hitting the wall, and Flash just made it go twang. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Flash doing that. And that's funny. Yeah, it's pretty bad here too. I don't open the windows very much. It is out like walking into a blast furnace when you go outside. I can take it in small doses, like walking from the car to Home Depot and stuff like that. But I got to make a grocery store run today too, so I'm gonna have to go outside a little bit, like it or not. Might be a good day to do a cooking vlog. I just can't figure out where she wants to be, so the little spring-loaded door stop thing is keeping her entertained. Yeah, that's good advice. Stay hydrated and cool. I'll definitely be in the pool today some. Your card died and you sold it to a junk dealer. So now you have to have groceries delivered. Okay, well, hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to eat, right? I've been having everything delivered for a while. Yeah, well, you can do that today. That's makes it real easy to be an introvert. You use up all the freezer meat you had from Costco. Oh yeah, that's been gone for a year and a half probably. And I don't really go to Costco that much anymore because the nearest one is like in Austin, which is like almost 100 miles away. You know, when you're driving 200 miles round trip to go to Costco, you end up chewing up all of the advantage you get from the cost savings. I even let my Costco card membership expire. It's funny, something came across my Facebook page a couple days ago telling me that they're building a fifth Costco in the kind of Austin area. And I'm thinking to myself, you got five of them within a 20-mile radius of Austin, but we can't get one in Waco. No good. Yeah, I'm a bit of one too, Yvonne. I'd definitely, I'd definitely go to Costco if they had one in Waco. You know, uh, there were like three of them within 20 miles of me when I lived in California. I went there, well, I mean, not all the time, but you know, once every 6 months to like stock up on stuff. You know, you don't go to a Costco and just spend 10 or $15. You go to Costco, and I don't think I ever got out of a Costco for less than $200. Yeah, I mean, Walmart isn't quite the same though as Costco. You know, the nice thing about Costco is you buy in bulk. Yeah, I guess it's nice when your ice cream doesn't melt on the trip over. I mean, we have a Sam's Club in town, but I've never really been into that. I'm a Costco person. That's just the way I am. Seems to me I heard at one point that there actually was a Costco in Waco, but they closed it down. So maybe that's why they're reluctant to do it. But you know, Waco has grown a lot in the last few years. So you know, if there wasn't maybe enough business then to do it, there probably is now. Because Waco, and there's all sorts of little suburbs around Waco. There's, you know, Hewitt and Woodway and West and what else is out here? And gotta gotta look at the map here. I still don't know everything in the area. Robinson, I think, is real close here. Let's see. Let's look at the little towns here. Lorena, Robinson, Hewitt, Bellmead, Lacey, Lakeville, Elmont, McGregor is just a few miles out of town. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of little towns around here, and Waco's, you know, what 150, 160,000 people. So yeah, I'm kind of an introvert too. You might not get that from watching the vlogs, you know, but I just kind of prefer to kind of hang out and do my own thing. I get to deal with people 3 or 4 days a week at work, so you know, it's just nice to get away from people when you know, I'm on my weekend. So what did you think of, you know, Klondike bars? Pretty yummy. Yeah, they're pretty good. So I guess the big question is, what would you do for a Klondike bar? I guess I'll let you ponder that until next week. So I think that's the end of the live stream today. Thanks everyone for stopping in. Had a good time, and I'll see you next week. Good night.